Thank you, Dad. But hang on, Marshall. Jesus says, go into all the world and preach the gospel, the good news. I've got the picture in my mind of a cartoon with a chap in the pulpit with horns, and he's saying, did God really say? I did like that cartoon joke sketch, and well, I liked it for the wrong reason that it was a really you might say irreligious, too light-hearted joke about the deceit of evil intent, But has God really said this? The serpent in the Garden of Eden story, has God really told you you can't eat of the apple? I mean, it looks good, doesn't it? But to be serious, and in fact much more serious, has he said, who's to say that this scripture is God-inspired and not simply propaganda and misleading information to make you, docile and conforming and anything but godly? You see, it's this dedication to Scripture is idolatry. It's as simple as that. It's God we worship, it's God we trust, not some guru or doctrine or teaching. It's God. But you take John 17 extremely seriously, Marshall. Yes. But why do I take John 17 extremely seriously? And, I don't know, something in Malachi perhaps not so seriously at all, or the book of Revelation. Because I've found and I see what I find in John 17 to be incredibly helpful and blessing and of great value. I haven't found the book of Revelation to be of great value, apart from there are bits in it I find wonderful. Be a new heaven and a new earth. I mean, I liked very much the picture that brought to my mind. Something wonderful. I'm still not certain in my mind that it's valid. I mean, I think that the Earth is constantly changing, and there are new planets, and no doubt planets get destroyed and stars go into the past and so on. So there are new ones, but that's not what I've found to be important in life. It's not within my range of experience. But understanding God to be Heavenly Dad who loves us, all-powerful, well, that strikes me very much as the ideal, and I'm taken with it strongly. And I find when I take such to heart that I'm greatly blessed. I start to see God's provision in my life. And I'm flying, spiritually I mean. So it's a case of taste and see, not see and accept. It's along with the principle again, isn't it? It's not obedience God's looking for. I don't want my kids just to obey me. With all my heart I want them to love me, and therefore listen most earnestly to my advice. Because I want to bless them and care for them. And they do it not out of a sense of duty or respect or blind obedience, but because they trust and love, my trust and love for them. How much more then God and our relationship as his children to him? It's obvious, isn't it? It's as clear as day. Where was I? Well, quite simply, you do what works. What works for you? And if, sitting in the church pew with the other cardboard shapes doesn't do it after a few years, you get out. You don't want to stay entombed there for the rest of your life. There's living to be done. You may have been in a wonderful fellowship, but now it's turning sour. Someone's got it in for you. And they're gossiping and making life nasty. And don't know who to trust any longer. Well, you're in the wrong place. Don't be faithful and true and sit there to the end until you're crucified. Get out. Flee into the next city, as the scripture says. But he didn't, you say. Jesus didn't. He stayed in Jerusalem to get crucified. Yeah, but it wasn't his city, was it? I think that's a light way of arguing with you. More importantly, well, he may have had some other deep godly purpose in mind. Perhaps being crucified pulls on the heart of all but the most hardened individuals and would cause them to empathize, sympathize, and listen to what his words were. And perhaps the whole thing's a story anyway. No harm done. God wasn't crucifying his son, wasn't forced to do that sort of thing. That wasn't the best option. In reality, it's a story. And the value of a story is it a blessing? And which parts of it are a blessing and which parts are not? It's a world of good and evil. Everything here is dressed with uncertainty in this world for a reason. And we trust an all-powerful God that loves us. It's to a good reason. And sometimes that might be very hard to do, and God knows all about that. Doesn't condemn us for not trusting him. Understands we're kids and embraces us. Because he's our dad. Not some fearful king and potentate emperor that's quite happy to destroy his own people to achieve what he wants. You see, we've learnt from our observation of history that many of the things that man has valued have been quite misplaced. What we really value is our relationship with what we understand to be a perfect, lovely, loving God from our point of view, which means he personifies our values, and we trust adjusts our values by our experience here on earth in the world of uncertainty. This classroom, this school, opportunity provided by his goodness, his grace, his favour of us, his love. Thank you, Heavenly